I actually have to hand it to Donald Trump, and I am not trying to be snarky. I actually think that the creativity he has in destroying our democracy is commendable. I never would have expected that Donald Trump and Elon Musk would try to take control of the federal government by literally of taking control of our treasury and how payments are made by shutting down whole agencies, not entirely, but just by firing everyone. And now we are learning that Donald Trump has laid out his plan to steal the elections and to make sure that he and any other Republican that comes after him are always in power. It's terrifying. What's even more terrifying is that Fox News is just literally an arm of this White House. They are a propaganda machine now. They've always been a media organization that has uplifted conservatives, but it's gotten worse. They are now fully propaganda. And here's Jesse Waters talking about Donald Trump's plans to take over our elections.
The Democrats have been waging political warfare unrelenting for about 3 decades, and the Republican Party has not retaliated. They have fined us, they've shot at us, they've censored us, they've gerrymandered, they've done pretty much everything. Spy, cheat, lie, hoax, you name it, they've done it. And for the first time, a Republican president is going to say, no, we're going to punch back. It's like a bully, Dana. What do you do with a bully? You got to punch the bully in the nose, because if you don't, you're going to keep getting bullied. Tyrus, in the late 80s, early 90s, the Pistons bodied Jordan.
Bad boy.
Anytime he went into the lane, there was 3 guys converging, hard fouls, went right to the free throw line, beat him up. And finally, what did they do? They went into the gym. Pippen got stronger. They trained all year.
Oh my God. Could the propaganda at least be good? It's not even good. Are you comparing what he's doing to our democracy to Michael Jordan, the Pistons? Give me a freaking break. Now, here's what Donald Trump announced. He said, I have instructed our Department of Commerce to immediately begin work on a new and highly accurate census based on modern day facts and figures, and importantly, using the results and information gained from the presidential election of 2024. People who are in our country illegally will not be counted in the census. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Now, this is it. This is the whole kit and caboodle, for lack of a better phrase. This is Donald Trump saying that he is going to do what he can to try to make sure that Republicans are always in power, because the way that electoral votes are delegated are through the census. The way that the census is done is every 10 years through an independent organization. And as we've seen now, that Donald Trump is ready and willing to fire anyone that doesn't create data that he thinks makes him look good. And so he's going to put people in place to create a census that just lies and says New York has only 3 million people and Tennessee has 12 million people, anything like that. Now, I want to point out that Donald Trump has tried doing this before. Kyle Griffin reports saying that Trump wants a new census conducted amidst undocumented immigrants to the count, contrary to the Constitution. It's against the Constitution. He sought to do the same thing last census, but was challenged in the courts. But as we have learned now, the courts don't really matter as much anymore when it comes to Donald Trump and his worst impulses. Rep. Jerry Nadler said this. He said, this is wholly unconstitutional. The Constitution mandates a census every 10 years that counts every single person in the country, regardless of their citizenship status. When Trump tried to do this in 2020, the courts flat out rejected it. So he's echoing that same statement here. Now, here's Steve Bannon salivating over the prospect.
At the time, the Commerce Department had a bunch of globalists in it. We kind of blinked, and it didn't happen. President Trump's not making that mistake again. He says, no way. We're going to do it and do it right. No illegal aliens. How big a deal? Got about a minute to grasp. How big a deal is that for us?
No, if we zoom out, Steve, we've got 3 things here, okay? We've got obviously what we've been talking about on the show all week and prior, of course, the Texas redistricting you're looking at. We talked about 12 seats, now it's 13. Now they're talking about 15, 16. You've got South Carolina, you've got other states looking at things. That's one front, and we'll get more in the weeds on that. Obviously, the census and not including illegal immigrants, which again, something the war room and you have been talking about for since the start of the show, of course, Steve.
Yeah, so they're thrilled. I don't know why there's country music playing in the background of that, but they were thrilled and apparently jamming out to country music. Here is Pee Wee German also trying really hard to hide his erection.
Illinois, Chicago, New York, Massachusetts. Democrats have gerrymandered the vote beyond recognition to try to maintain their advantage in the House elections. On top of that, let's not forget, Democrats rigged the 2020 census by including illegal aliens. Remember, they sued Donald Trump. They sued the administration. They fought tooth and nail to include illegal aliens in the census. 20 to 30 of House Democrat seats wouldn't exist but for illegal aliens. Texas is taking just a small corrective step against this ocean of fraud, this ocean of abuse by the corrupt Democrat Party, Sean.
I just want to point out that I am working with Oath. If you want to make sure that they can't do this, we have to get power and maintain power. And so I'm working with Oath. I don't get any of this money. All this money goes straight to these candidates. I don't get it. Oath doesn't get it. These are the races that you're not going to hear about. They're not going to get the most press coverage, but these are the races that are going to mean the difference between a blue house and a red house. So if you feel inspired to do something about what Stephen Miller is talking about and what Donald Trump wants to do, then please do, if you are able, donate to these candidates. Now, I'm going to end with this because here's something we're not going to do on this show. James Carville apologized to Melania Trump and pulled a YouTube video that just talked about what someone else reported on. He said, quote, after the episode, we received a letter from Melania Trump's lawyer. He took issue with our title of one of those YouTube videos from the episode and a couple of comments they made about the First Lady. We took a look at what they complained about, and we took down the video and edited those comments out from the episode. I also take back these statements and apologize. Well, I will say this, and I don't know how much more clear I can be, because we've gotten millions and millions of views on this topic, and I didn't do the reporting. I just talked about it. I talked about what someone else said, which is my constitutional right. And one thing we're not going to do is what CBS did, what ABC did, what Columbia did, and just say sorry and acquiesce to this fascistic president and its administration. So we haven't gotten an email from Melania Trump or her lawyers. If we do, I will let you know about it, and we will fight it. We're not going to say sorry. We're going to say fuck you, because there's one thing that those big organizations won't do that we will, and that's we're actually going to fight, and we're going to defend our rights. So sorry to see that James Carville did this, but maybe they won't email us because they know we're going to fight it. But we are going to fight it if it happens. I hope it doesn't, but if it does, we're going to fight it. If you want to help us in that fight, you can leave a like on this video. You can subscribe. It is the best way to grow the channel. And I'll see you next time. Bye.